afternoon and welcome to the episode of Inside SCG, SCG's path to inclusive green growth, exclusive talk for SCG people in Indonesia. My name is Arsari Primadanti from People Caring SCGP, and currently joining with me now in SCG 100 building, our President and CEO, Pak Tamasak Setaudom, and our SCG Country Director in Indonesia, Pak Warid Jintanawan. Before we start the discussion, let me greet two of these amazing leaders. Good afternoon, Pak Tamasak. Good afternoon, Pak Warid.
Selamat siang.
How are you today, Pak? Everything is good?
Very good.
Very good.
Very
Okay.
good, thank you. Very good.
Thank you, Pak. Thank you for joining with us today. And before we go to the deeper discussion, maybe you would like to greet the SCG people in Indonesia.
Selamat siang. Hello, SCG people in Indonesia. I'm very glad to see you today and wish you and your family happy.
Salam sejahtera SCG people dimanapun berada. May you and your loved one be happy and healthy.
Okay, so thank you, Pak Tamasak and Pak Warid, for your greetings. And before we go into deeper discussion, let me represent the SCG people in Indonesia to congratulate Pak Tamasak on your official appointment, Pak, as the President and CEO of SCG. And it's really my honor to become the host today and interview both of you today. So, well, it's already 3 months that you become our leader. And then I think one of the most frequent question is, what is your new strategy? What is your new vision and direction under SCG, under your operation? And could you please share with us, Pak?
Sure. I think this is very important. I can tell you that SCG always have the continuities in our strategies and vision. But I just take these opportunities for me, being the new CEO, to recap what we try to achieve over the next 5 to 10 years. You know, if you look at the overall business situation, not only in particular country, but in a global basis, international basis, you have to see one of the big issue is the decarbonization. If we really want our business to last for 10, 20, or even 50 years from now, we cannot ignore this. So all the business, if you want to create a sustainability, it has to be low carbon. And ultimately, at the right time, we have to be the net zero. Net zero, that means we have to run the business, produce the product and service without carbon emission. That's the net zero. You may say that, wow, it's very, very difficult because everything that we do now emits a lot of carbon emission. How can we do that? I have to say that it has to be step by step. Okay. So the key word is we need to use our technology, innovation, business model in order to change the high carbon intensity product and service into a low carbon first, and later on to achieve the net zero, step by step. If we try to do it too soon, then you have to use a lot of costs, incur a lot of costs, and that is not practical, because our target for net zero is 2050. So it's still several years from now, but we have to make a move now. That's the key.
Okay, so thank you, Pak Tamasak, for the explanation. So that's the SCG people that we already hear about the new business purpose. And I think in realizing this purpose, we need actionable strategies to be implemented in this purpose. So the next question is, Pak, what is the strategy to achieve this purpose, Pak?
So the purpose, just to recap, is to make it into the decarbonization to create the green product, green service, green business. Okay, if we can make it green product, green service, green business at the appropriate cost, then there will be a growth. For example, I can share with you that now if you're talking about the green polymer, the polymer that generate low emission, the growth of the green polymer at the moment is double than the conventional plastic. You could see that normal plastic growth at 2 to 3%, the green polymer growth at 7 to 8%. So that means if you can make it at the right cost, there is a green growth that you can see. However, SCG, when we try to achieve the green growth, we try to create the inclusiveness. That means we don't want to leave people behind. For example, our customer, our supplier, our communities, our employees, everyone have to, develop and go together and transform together with us. So this is the SCG approach. So we call it the inclusive green growth. Meaning that we really have to find a way to achieve this inclusive green growth with no one left behind. Okay, how to do that? I would say SCG consists of many business units. The cement will have a way to approach this inclusive green growth. The chemical have another way. I will share with you some of the example. In terms of the overall group strategies, we would say that we will focus on net zero at 2050. That's the overall objective. The strategy have to come with the objective. Then mostly when people talking about decarbonization, we're talking about the cost. But I really want to encourage everyone to talk about the products. Go green, meaning that come up with the product that green at the right cost. Then it's going to have a growth that I'm talking about. Okay, and then we have to reduce inequalities. Inclusiveness, bring people along. Your supplier, your customer who may not ready to go green, you have choice. Someone will say if the supplier is not ready for green, we just cut them out. That's inclusive. We should try to convince. If you remember that every year we set up the ESG symposium in Indonesia, try to encourage our partner, our customer, our supplier, our commodities to learn and to adjust, to adapt. That's the inclusive green growth. We don't want to leave anyone behind. Okay, so that is the reduce inequalities. And then we embark collaboration. This transformation to net zero is very difficult. We cannot do it alone. We should try to invite the like-minded to get together with us and push forward together. That's ESG 4+ strategies. In terms of the group strategy, that's the way to go. However, strategy is not the only components that we have to do. We need to create agilities because the SCG cement in Indonesia will try to achieve low carbon and net zero through, for example, low carbon cement. So we start with the low carbon cement. We start with reduction in coal consumption and using the alternative fuels. That's the way for the cement industry moving toward the green product and reduce the decarbonization and still make profit. That's the key. Okay. For the chemical is different from cement. We cannot use the same technique for the decarbonization with the chemical, because chemical plants are very efficient in terms of energy utilization already. So the chemical need to use the recycle material because recycle is low carbon intensity, and even should think about, at least in Indonesia, about the bioplastic. In Thailand, we already started bioplastic. In Indonesia, it's just a matter of time. We may have to move toward the bioplastic. And so for the packaging, the integrated packaging also the same. But packaging is quite lucky. They are 95% recycled already. So the gap that they have to bridge is probably the smallest compared to the other business unit. So you could see that every business unit in SCG will need to pursue the green growth, inclusive green growth, at a different style and at different purpose, different means. So that we need agility in our organization. Okay, so that's why, as the SCG, the organization has to be very agile. And then everything is based on people. We need to create an organization that people have possibility to demonstrate, to contribute. And lastly, innovation. We cannot achieve inclusive green growth with the old way that we do business. We need a new technology, we need a new business model, we need a new thinking. The innovation is our core capability of the SCG. So that's the way we can achieve the inclusive green growth.
Okay. Thank you, Pak Tamasak, for the explanation, Pak. So it means that the ESG 4+ is become like the basis SCG operation, not only in Indonesia but also globally,
The whole,
Pak.
yeah.
Yes. In ESG 4+ strategy that we want to implement simultaneously and consistently to achieve the business goals. And then next, I will move the question to Pak Warid. So, Pak Warid, can you explain to us how the SCG people in Indonesia can contribute to ESG inclusive green growth?
Thank you so much. SCG has entered Indonesia since 1992, or more than 30 years ago. Since then, SCG has emerged as a leading ASEAN business and diversified into SCG cement building material, SCG chemicals, and SCGP or SCG packaging. With its cement and building material further segmented into SCG cement and green solutions, SCG Smart Living, SCG Distribution and Retail, SCG Decor, and SCG JWD Logistics, each addressing the high demand for building material in Indonesian society. As explained by Pak Tamasak, ESG 4+ serve as our foundation to ensure that SCG achieve its goal of realizing a net zero society with the inclusive green growth concept paving our way through. This concept emphasizes the importance of everyone's involvement in achieving net zero and green growth, from employees, communities, government, to other private sectors, to ensure that we bring meaningful impact to all. First, set net zero. In line with SCG goal to achieve net zero by 2050, and to support the Indonesian government in reaching the same target by 2060. We consistently evaluate how we operate, particularly in production activities, especially PT Cement Java. The use of alternative fuel has increased to an average of 4,000 tons per month, to 20% of the total fuel usage. The use of alternative has reached an average of 8,000 tons per month, around 10% of the total raw material use. Alternative fuel in mass, such as fry ash, wood chips, and industrial waste, such as rubber, plastic, and resin, while alternative raw material, ash and iron slag. SCG realizing this by constructing the first refuse-derived fuel or facility in Sukabumi that will manage urban waste and convert it into alternative fuel in the future. We project that the RDF facility will be complete this year and ready to open. Second, further continue and environmentally label the green adherence to reduce and recycle principles and safe material composition and emission manufacturing. Reduce inequality. Green growth cannot be driven without outstanding and productive generations who will bring about change. Through two of our flagship programs in community empowerment, Sharing the Dream and Gersari, SCG create inclusivity in terms of access to education and opportunities for creative entrepreneurship. Sharing the Dream has provided scholarships to 4,050 Indonesian students since 2012, while Gersari has empowered 78 micro and small medium enterprise since 2019. Fourth, embrace collaboration. Inclusive green growth cannot be achieved without collaboration, like Pak Thamasak mentioned. The collaboration between SCG, the government, the community, and all stakeholders. We are committing to creating collaborative platforms through the annual ESG Symposium, where policymakers, organizations, youth, and fellow private sectors come together and work towards a more sustainable Indonesia.
So thank you for sharing, Pak Warid. It's really interesting to see the various initiatives, the various innovation that we would like to bring to SCG Indonesia. And I believe that SCG people in Indonesia also want to learn more about the inclusive green growth. And before we have this discussion today, we have shared question from SCG people in Indonesia, and they also want to ask several questions directly to Pak Thamasak. So I think we will move to the first question. So the first question is, what is the strategy, Pak, to facing the business competition in Indonesia?
You know, the competition in businesses always happens. You know, if you opt in business, you have to face the competitions. Ourselves from our competitors. Our competitors may focus on the price cutting, reduce the qualities, but what we should do is to enhance our competitiveness through efficiency. Okay, and so when we design product, even though some of the customer may not understand yet, but we should try to make it green. Start it from now. Then we communicate why this is good. Not only good for the customer, but also good for the society. So starting with this, make it green and at a reasonable cost. For example, in the SCG cement that Pak Wali, we're already talking about, you know, they can use the alternative fuels to reduce the coal consumption. They can use the cementitious material to replace all the material that other material that we use. Then these reduce our cost. At the same time, cut the emission. How can we do this for the cement? Because we have innovation. We understand the technology. We understand the location of in the raw material that are available in the location. You need to understand the condition, the local condition, and then the technologies. Then you match this to make a very good product that's green. I really want to make sure that the business in Indonesia can last for the next 10, 20 or 30 years. So that's why we need to find a way to promote the green with our competitiveness. Some of the products, when you make it green, low carbon, you may need to mix it with feature that customer the design, the color, the the function that the customer want, mix it with the green. Then the customer will appreciate. They may just look at the feature of the product from day one, but after a few months or years when they use our product, they will understand this. This
Okay, so thank you explanation, Pa, and thank you for answering the question. And then next question, Pa, question also, what plans for developing in Indonesia?
So we need to expand our food in the business Indonesia. We have impedance. Again, I just want we understand the location, the strength location. Then is the strengths of our competitive product that do better strength in Indonesia, even some from Indonesia and so. So that strength of Indonesia. Some product, some process means for example, you can electric and cut the, or you can eco technique to read and not the cost. Inclusive, and if you not. Okay.
Maybe more explanation.
I would like to add the value to instill, promote the in and to uphold our four core values, which are our principle for over 100 years of operation. Our four core values are adherence to fairness, dedication to excellence, belief in the value of individuals, and concern for social responsibility.
Thank you, Pak Warid. So, all right, SCG people, we have reached the end of our today's session. With this new business purpose, I believe that we have a full confidence that SCG will continue to grow and also play a vital role in fostering sustainability, not only in Indonesia, but also globally. So, thank you, Pak Tamasak and Pak Warid, for your time today and for your valuable insight today, Pak. Thank you so much, Pak, for joining with us today.
Just want to say that everyone, you can do it, the inclusive green growth. Just understand the strength of your location, learning about new technologies, think innovatively, and work together. Thank you.
I also would like to add something. I strongly believe that under the leadership and direction of Pak Tamasak and our strategy of inclusive green growth, our business in Indonesia will grow and prosper, and SCG as a whole. And I strongly believe everyone can do it. We will succeed together. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Tamasak. Okay, so SCG people, in our discussion today about inclusive green growth, I believe that we all share the common goals of integrating this important mission into our work life. And together, we can work achieving it. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask the question and leave your question below. And our communication team will continue to provide valuable content and encourage your active participation to make initiative in inclusive green growth in our communication. Wishing you all have a wonderful day. Thank you and see you